Before I got this job, I was on Air America Radio, which doesn't actually exist anymore, and I miss it. But there was this guy who worked at Air America with me in Kent. His name was Jim Earl. And Jim Earl is very funny. We have a link to his website at the Maddow blog right now if you want to check it out. One of the recurring segments that Jim Earl did for Air America was called The War on Brains, all about political stances and ideological stances that were against what is knowable by human deduction. Unfortunately, Jim is not documenting those developments on in the war on brains on Air America anymore, but the war on brains is still being waged every day. Take, for example, the issue of human evolution. On the one hand, evolution is accepted mainstream science. On the other hand...
Do you believe in evolution, sir?
Do I believe in evolution?
I'm curious, is there anybody on the stage that does not agree in believe in evolution?
Yeah. I think it's a theory of evolution, and I don't accept it.
I embrace the view that God created the heavens and the earth and the seas and all that's in them.
Right,
and,
but you believe in evolution as the way he did it.
The means, Chris, that he used to do that, I can't say.
If anybody wants to believe that they are the descendants of a primate, they are certainly welcome to do it.
And if anybody wants to believe in the scientific method, they're also welcome to do that too, primate. There's also, say, global warming. Global warming, that's what the scientists call it anyway. Senator James Inhofe, senior senator from Oklahoma, refers to global warming as the greatest hoax ever perpetrated on the American people.
I don't think that anyone disagrees with the fact that we actually are in the middle of a cold period that started about 9 years ago.
It's cold. Senator Inhofe has good company in the House in the form of Texas Congressman Joe Barton.
Carbon dioxide is not a pollutant in any normal definition of the term. It's not hazardous to health. It's naturally occurring. I'm creating it as I talk to you. It's in your Coca-Cola, your Dr. Pepper, your Perrier water.
Evolution's not true, global warming is a myth, and carbon dioxide emissions are in your Perrier and therefore harmless. But the war on brains isn't just for science. It also applies to history. Sharon Engel, the Republican nominee for Senate from Nevada, recently debated the Las Vegas Sun's John Ralston about whether or not the separation of church and state is an actual thing that's in our Constitution. It was not a debate about if it's a good idea. It was a debate about whether it is indisputably written down on a document that you can go and look at and read for yourself.
What about separation of church and state? You know, that is in the Constitution. The Founding Fathers believed in that. And you know what? Back in 1995, when you were on the Nye County School Board, you came to the legislature testifying a school choice bill. And here is what the minutes say. You said, the bill is exclusionary of many private religious schools, and Ms. Engel believed that to be an un-American concept, and the tenet of the separation of church and state is an unconstitutional doctrine. The separation of church and state arises out of the Constitution.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, the Founding Fathers didn't believe in the separation of church and state? The Establishment Clause, the First Amendment?
Actually, Thomas Jefferson has been misquoted, like I've been misquoted out of context.
Me and Tom. If that sounded like the most easily disprovable, winnable by brains battle in the war on brains, you will be delighted to learn about the newest front that has just opened up in this war. It is against Albert Einstein and his theory of relativity, the one about energy and the speed of light. You know, E equals MC squared? I'm not kidding. The folks at Talking Points Memo this week flagged this assault on physics, taking note of the apparent contributions by Andrew Schlafly, the son of famed anti-women's rights conservative activist Phyllis Schlafly. And here's his contributions. If you visit the website Conservapedia, you will find a very detailed entry on the theory of relativity. Quote, despite censorship of dissent about relativity, evidence contrary to the theory is discussed outside of liberal universities. And by outside of liberal universities, they mean on Conservapedia. There's also a page full of counterexamples to the theory of relativity, which contends that the theory is, quote, heavily promoted by liberals who like its encouragement of relativism and its tendency to mislead people in how they view the world. I know I've found the idea that the energy is equal to mass times the square of the speed of light to be a really effective tool in spreading my evil liberal views throughout the world. Mostly, though, the big brains at Conservapedia are concerned about the effect that Einstein's theory of relativity is having on the rate of Bible reading. Quote, virtually no one who is taught and believes relativity continues to read the Bible. See, it's physics. Physics is a liberal plot to mislead people about the world and make them stop reading the Bible. Suffice to say, the war on brains is proceeding apace. Luckily today, brains got some badly needed reinforcements. The House passed a $26 billion state aid package that will keep tens of thousands of teachers from losing their jobs. The bill was then immediately signed into law by President Obama. In the war on brains are getting some reinforcements. That does it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow night.